Hey, Facebook Live. We're going to be talking here in a minute about how to attract elite big player clients. I'm talking like 7, 8 figure clients into your business. I'm just going to give it a little bit of time, allow some people to go on the line. I'm going to actually share this over to my personal page to get some more people on and into my group. So just give me unos momentos here. We're going to talk up some strategies. I'm going to be giving you 6 different strategies. I've got my notes here because I was prepping ahead of time because this is going to be kind of like a mini training. All right, so we're actually going to go through a bit of a training today. 6 steps to attract and book high-end elite clients into your business. It's going to be super, super cool. So let's share this over. Let's get some peeps in here. Let's, I can't find it on my personal page here. Let's just see. I'm going to pop it up into, I'm actually just going to pop it right into my page here. Maybe it's not pulling through. Oh no. All right, there we go. We're just going to pop in this way then. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I see it. And I'm going to share this over. And awesome. Let's share to my own timeline. How to book elite big player clients. Mini training. Awesome sauce. Okay. So we're going to do it there. We're also going to share this real quick into the group. So for those of you joining, we're going to be talking a little bit today about how to book elite high-level clients, and you're going to want to stick around because we're going to go through 6 steps. These are the exact steps that I have used in my business to attract clients who make 8 figures a year without having a big social presence or anything like that. It's also the steps that some of my clients have taken to book partnerships with places like, with big brands like Sony or like YouTube beauty gurus who have over 10 million viewers. So this is going to be a really, really cool training. So make sure you pop on, make sure you share it with your friends or with your colleagues or on your page or wherever people might be that will benefit from this training, because I know for sure it's going to be super, super, super valuable for you guys. I'm just going to post this into the Hatchery group as well. So if any of you guys have not already popped into the Freedom Business Hatchery, you definitely want to do that. So hello joining us. Make sure you pop in and say hi. We're going to be starting here in just one moment. We're going to be talking about how to get those big player elite clients, 7-figure, 8-figure clients. It's going to be super fun. So I'm just sharing this into a couple other places so that we can get some people on. And make sure to introduce yourselves. Say hi in the comments. I'd love to know who's on. All right, so how to book elite big player clients. All right, you guys, so one more little share here and we're going to get into it. So this is for anybody who wants to work with more elite, more high-level clients, and of course that's you, right? Like if you're watching this video, of course that is you, and I'm willing to bet that it's most of the people who follow me, it's most of the people who are friends with me. You want to attract and you want to book some bigger names, some bigger, higher paying clients, and let's kind of look at why that's important, right? So we're gonna start off, we're gonna talk about, you know, why is this important? Because we really want to take a peek, and don't mind me, I'm still kind of sharing this, but we really want to take a peek at why this is important to your business growth, right? So number one, high-end elite clients, they got there for a reason. And they got there because they typically have a much better money mindset, which means no skip payments. It means a better cash flow for your business, right? And who hates chasing after the money, right? Like, I mean, a client misses a payment and you're like chasing them and it's not very fun. So we want to go after these big name high-end clients so that you don't have to really track over those payments. So number two, because big players typically move faster, right? They move faster, they make better decisions, and they're easier to enroll. And number 3, they pay premium prices. So that means that you can have fewer clients and still be making more money. And who wants more money? Give me a hell yes. And I can see people are flooding in the room. Make sure you give me a hello in the comments. Let me know who's here. Just sharing it over to one more final group here. I promised I'd share this over into my paid members group. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we are good to go. So hello, everybody. So I want you to give me a quick yes, and you can just nod to yourself. You can throw it in the comments, whatever it is you want to do. But if you want more elite, high-paying clients, better cash flow, easier enrollments, and more time freedom in your business, right? I'm guessing if you're here, you're a yes. So I'm going to walk you through how I enrolled elite clients like a 7-figure, 8-figure earners, CEOs. I have a CMO client, how my clients have enrolled big partnerships with places like Sony, right? With brands like Sony, with a YouTube beauty guru. I've got one client who's actually rolling out a distinct makeup line. So that's pretty cool. To somebody, they're doing a partnership. She has over 10 million YouTube subscribers. But my client she was actually just peddling makeup from her living room that she made in her living room. Literally, she had made like maybe $12,000 a year before we started working together. And so we're going to be talking about some of those strategies. This is going to be a mini training, so make sure you grab your pen and paper, okay? So I know that many of you guys are kind of thinking, hi, Burnett. Hello, beautiful. How are you? So excited you're here. So I know that many of you guys may think, you know, I'm going to work my way up, and then I'm going to be on with these elite clients. I'm going to build my reputation, and then I'm going to work with these big name elite clients. But so how many of you, here's a question for you, how many of you have felt intimidated, right, to call somebody that you really, really want to work with? So I'm willing to bet that you all have a few names where you're like, oh my gosh, it's my dream to work with this person, but you feel like you're not quite playing at that level yet, right? So I want you to just sort of nod your head to yourself or give me a yes if you have somebody that you've been intimidated to ask to work with you, but you know, you've really had this name in mind, and there's sort of that ideal client. It's sort of the person where you're like, oh my gosh, we love to work with that person, but they're way out of my league, right? So here's the truth. My client Ling, yes, Bernard says yes. Oh, hell yes. I've gone through this time and time again. My client Ling, she was the client that I told you, she was making makeup in her living room. She had literally only $12,000 in sales when she scored a partnership with one of YouTube's biggest beauty gurus. And I'm so bummed I can't tell you who it is yet because it's under contracts and things like that. But oh my goodness, December of this year, she is literally launching a partnership with somebody who has over 10 million YouTube subscribers. And she didn't build this huge, huge business first, right? So we're going to walk you through those steps. My very first client, she was doing 12 times the revenue of my most successful business ever. She was a total stranger to me. I had zero connection, right? I'm just this little small town girl, kind of this frizzy hair from Chatham, Ontario, which like nobody started Chatham, Ontario, right? And so I know that you guys really want to start into this, and I'm going to walk you through each of the steps and how to do this at a high level here today, okay? So you can either take this information for free and you can implement it yourself. Grab a pen and paper because I'm going to be giving you literally step by step by step by step, okay? Or if you're really, really serious about this, all right, and you're ready to exponentially grow your elite client base, all right, then I'm going to have an offer for you at the end here to join us into an insanely luxurious 3-day mastermind that I'm going to be hosting where we're going to really immerse ourselves into this, all right? And I promise you by the end of the 3 days, it's actually 100% guaranteed, or you're going to get your money back, that we are going to be fully prepared and ready to receive these high-end clients and these big players into your client roster. So if you want more details on that, you can always shoot me a PM if you don't want to watch all of this, or you can hang out to the end. I'll give you a little bit more detail at the back. But for those of you who are just on it for the free information, that's totally cool. All All right, totally cool. Soak up all the free you can. That's all good. So let's get into it here. All right, so we're gonna walk through this. Step number 1. All right, we got 6 steps. So step number 1 is to be very clear on why it is that you want these high-end elite clients. That's super important, right? If it's just to make money, then they're probably gonna feel like you're a little bit desperate, or they're gonna feel like a means to an end. So it's really important that you get a little bit deeper than that. Not a little bit, a lot of bit deeper than that. Because when we think about our goals at surface level, meaning obviously we're in business to make money, right? Like obviously, but we really need to hit into our deep and inner soul. And I know that's a little bit feely. I'm not like a super feely person, right? But we're definitely more likely to get derailed if it's just a money goal, right? So if you're only looking to deal with high-end elite clients so that you can have more money, more time freedom, well, I mean, they've got a million other people knocking at their door. You need to get a whole lot deeper than that. Right? So for me, it's the challenge, right? I love working with these clients because they challenge me like no other. You know, building a business from the level up, I mean, I can do that in my sleep. But when I'm working with somebody whose business is like 10 times, 12 times bigger than mine, that's a huge challenge for me. And that really excites me deep into my core. And so they keep me really well on my toes. It keeps me sharp to help all of my other clients at a higher level. And, you know, that really is a big piece of the puzzle there for me. So you need to kind of get into that. Now at the mastermind, we're going to really focus in on how we're going to make sure we dive deep into everyone's. We're also going to have some different hot seats where I'm going to be actually doing this live with some of you who come into that mastermind, all right? Step number 2. So step number 1 was to be really clear on why it is you want to work with these people. Step number 2 is you need to change your state of normal. Okay, so if you have a bunch of kind of crappy clients, right, and that's normal for you, then you might roll 1 or 2 big name clients, but you're probably not going to keep it going. We always go back to our own state of normal, right? And so you need to actually change what normal is to you. So one of my clients did this. She 10x'd her prices. We just did it like that. We were just like, no brainer, we're 10x'ing your prices right now. Of course, she lost probably half her clients right then, right? But she only needed less than 1 to make that up, right? So really important that that we kind of keep that into perspective. But, you know, this really pushes out the clients who aren't doing the work, because here's the thing, right? Money is commitment. And so if you spend, let's say, $1,500 on a pair of shoes, or you spend $10 on a pair of shoes, which of those pairs of shoes are you going to put into the dust cover and lovingly put back on the shelf, right, at the end of the day, and make sure there's no mud on the heel and things like that, right? Obviously the $1,500 pair of shoes. The $10 pair of shoes, like, you're going to kick them off at the door and not really care because you haven't really invested into them, right? So, and it's not just money. It's not just your pricing. I'm not saying you have to go out and 10x your pricing. There's a lot of different ways that we can talk about doing this, right? So your messaging, your daily activities, how your week is laid out, right? So we're going to look at all of those things. So you can take this information, you could go and you could figure it out on your own, right? But we're going to be looking at all these things at the High End Live Mastermind that we're going to be talking about at the end here. But everything you need to do right now, you need to be changing that state of normal. So whatever that normal is, we're going to look at your current state. We're going to look at how to change it. So step number 3, this is the biggie, right, is to shift your mindset. Well, duh, right? So shifting your mindset, if you don't already have a business that's full of, you know, really hot, really fantastic 7- and 8-figure business owners, the elite clients, and they don't have to be 7- and 8-figure business owners. They could be whatever your definition is of an elite client, right? They could be people who pay you in full before you even start working together, who, you know, don't need a payment plan, like whatever it is, whatever your definition is, you need to get super clear on that. But we also need to get super clear on why your business isn't full of them already. Right? And so I'm guessing that if you're watching this, that your business is not full of high-end elite clients already, right? And so we're going to try to figure out why. We're going to really get into the surface of that, because here's the thing. Right, so you can have the best strategy in the world, you can have, you know, the best content in the world, you can have the best program in the world, but if you layer that on top of something that's like a broken belief or a lack of confidence or whatever it is that has been keeping you from working with these clients up until this point, then it's going to remain broken. That strategy is not going to work no matter how good it is, no matter how much you paid for that strategy course, right? Like, we got to fix this first. We need to figure out why you're there in the first place, all right? So we really are going to do some work together on how to pull people off the pedestals. I used to have major pedestal syndrome. I used to put even some of my friends on a pedestal, right? And I would say, like, I can't possibly approach them to work with me because their business is so much bigger than mine, right? I mean, my very first client, 12 times my business revenue. She was like my highest business revenue. I was at 0 at the time of my coaching business, right? But she was making over $12 million a year, right? I think even over 14 or $15 million a year. It was crazy. And I was so intimidated to talk to her. And yet I enrolled her because I ended up walking through these steps and really getting clear on the fact that, you know, here's why I don't have these clients in my business already. It's because I'm placing them up on this pedestal. So we're going to really talk about how do we pull them down from the pedestals and see ourselves as equals. And we're also really, again, we're going to shift into this place that we are equal, right? I mean, just because they make more money than you doesn't mean that they're any better than you or anything like that. So we're going to really dive into that. So now, for those of you, I see a lot of people popping in and out. We're going to be talking about, you know, we're talking here about how to attract those big, elite, high-paying, big player clients into your business without having a massive brand presence. So this is great for you if you're just starting out in your business. This is great for you if you've been going a few years in your business, but you're not making the kind of money that you want to be making. This is really great for you if you have a full roster of clients, but you really want to up-level your clients. You want to take them to the next level, and you're having a hard time attracting those like elite, high-end, celebrity, you know, types of clients. This is all for you. And so this is all without a brand presence, without a ton of followers. All right, I don't have a ton of followers. And in case you missed step 1, 2, and 3, this is going to be on my page. So make sure you go over, like my page. You can go and check it out after, right, if you missed the first 3 steps. But like I said, we're going through exactly how to achieve this. And so then we're going to be talking about a really high-end luxury 3-day mastermind where we're going to be able to deep dive into this, and you are going to be able to enroll premium elite clients right from the time that you walk out of that door. So you can either take the info here today, you can take it all for free, you can go ahead, this is a mini course, grab your pen, grab your paper, right? But if you're really serious, we're going to give you a really cool opportunity at the end too. All right. So you can always message me too if you're kind of like, all right, I know that I'm into this. It's limited to only 20 people. It's going to sell it super fast, like especially when you guys see the location. It's absolutely insane. So if you guys already know you're into it, shoot me a message, shoot me an email, whatever it is you want to do, get in touch with me and I'll shoot you over the details. All right. So back into our steps. We're in step number 4. All right. So step number 4 is to shift your messaging. And your messaging isn't just like your copy and your content. Michelle, I can see that you're commenting on Freedom Business Hatchery. Maybe click into the video itself. I can't see your comments popping up. It's just giving me a little notification. Step number 4 is to shift your messaging. So you need to be able to position yourself, not just with your copy, not with just like the words that you say, not with marketing manipulation. We're going to get into that in a little while, but you also really need to be able to position yourself from this really authentic standpoint of the complete, amazing, incredible, talented person that you are, right? And so you need to be able to also close that sale and keep things moving along, because here's the thing about high-end big player clients, right? They're different than people who are at the lower end of the scale. These clients, they make decisions super fast, right? And so if you don't get them quickly, they're gone. Like, they don't have time for you, right? So we're going to kind of work on the messaging to bring that in and to make sure that we are hitting those clients super fast. Clients who tend to be big players, they tend to be your really fast starters, and so we need to use their language. It's a completely different language than what you're using at the beginning part of your funnel when you're trying to like build your email list and build your client base. That's all really different, all right? So there really is a psychology behind this, And it's super important that you don't fall into what I call marketing manipulation. All right. So marketing manipulation is when like you feel like you have to dress a certain way to impress this client. So if you find yourself like going out, buying a new outfit, all to just to impress this client, that's marketing manipulation. Is probably not going to work. All right. The other example of this is if you're scripting out your sales script and scripting out what you need to say. That's marketing manipulation. It means that we're trying to like find the right things to say, et cetera, et cetera. Like we need to really get around that. Is that making sense? I hope this is all making sense. All right, so I've got my little notes here because I know we're giving a lot of information. This is more like a training than a live stream, right? So step number 5, we're into step number 5 here, is to get those initial conversations. So this is a big part, right? Like this is a big thing for a lot of people. They're like, how do we even find these people? And here's the thing, like you might be thinking things like, I don't have a connection with these people, or I don't have a relationship with these people. I don't know anybody who has a relationship with these people that I have a relationship with. And so there's a lot of stories that kind of go on online about like how you need to build all these relationships first, be a part of their community, take all these like crazy steps. And I know there are like different programs and PR programs going around and they outline all these steps. I gotta tell you guys, it's all BS. It's all made. I mean, it's not that it won't work. Of course it's gonna work because at the end of it, you ask for the freaking sale, right? But there's a whole lot else that kind of goes into it. And there's a really big reason why only about 10% of the people consuming that information is seeing the results, because they've already done all these other steps and all this other work first, right? These are all the missing steps, right? So, you know, I always like to give this example. I'm a small town, farm town girl from Chatham, Ontario. So, Vanessa says, I feel like it's just me and you. So I'm a small town, farm town girl from Chatham, Ontario, and I'll bet you don't even know where that is, right? Like 99% of the people, if I'm like, I'm from Chatham, I have to be like, yeah, I'm actually like an hour and a half or 2 hours from Detroit. I'm about 3 hours from Toronto, and then people can kind of see, oh, you're somewhere in between Detroit and Toronto, right? Like super small town, super farm town feel, to the point where like my red hair offends everybody around here because it's super, super conservative and kind of like stuck back in the day a little bit, right? So I didn't know anybody. I knew no millionaires. I knew nobody who was playing at this level, because there really isn't anyone here. I didn't grow up with anybody who's playing at this level. I don't have any contacts with people. And yet I started booking high-end clients using these strategies right from the very get-go, right? So this is what we're going to be diving into, the how-to in Vegas. Kind of dropping a hit there. It's in Vegas because it's my favorite place in the world, so we have to be there, right? But this is where we're going. So we're on to step number 6. I see a lot of you guys kind of popping in and out. So if you're popping in and out, we're on step 6. You can watch the replay on my page after, okay? You can watch the replay on the page and make sure that you get all of the steps if you want to kind of consume this and go off and implement this for free, all right? Step number 6 is to make a high-end offering and close. Now, this doesn't just mean that you have a high price point, right? Elite clients are sold to by everybody, right? Like everybody wants to sell to them. Everybody wants them to be their joint venture partners. Everyone wants to be on their podcasts and their webinars. Like everybody wants to work with them, right? And so we're going to kind of walk you through how you can be naturally selling, right? It's really important that you're naturally selling and that you're connecting to your clients as you're just having a normal course conversation, right? And then what is going to happen, it's super magical, is that the client sitting in front of you is going to be like, I want to hear more about this. I want to work with you. And you don't even have to go through that sort of awkward phase that you do with some of the lower end clients. And so some of the things, if you guys have been watching, you guys have been picking up on this, I've been actually doing them throughout the course of this presentation right here. I'm asking you a lot of reaffirming questions, right? Like there are some subtle hints. So if you kind of watch this back, you'll be able to kind of pick up on, how am I walking through this as a sales process? Like how am I kind of diving things in? And there are a lot of other little nuances and steps that we're kind of going to go through as well. So the trick is here that you need to break through the I'm being sold barrier, and you need to come from this place of really natural connection. All right. If you come from this place of supernatural, like just connection, I'm just talking to you, like Burnett said, I feel like it's just me and you. That is really going to help you in the sales process. All right. So I'm going to take questions here in a moment if any of you guys have any. I know it's super late. I never live stream this late. I just promised myself that I would live stream today, and then my day got away from me. So after we walked our dogs, I popped back on. But if you guys were here just for the free info, I'm gonna, let you take this. That's all for now. Thank you so much. For those of you wanting results fast, all right? And for those of you who just want to join us in Vegas and who, bumping the table here a little bit, and who want to deep dive into all of these 6 steps, and walk out after 3 days together of intense masterminding, completely ready to start booking big players. And I'm talking like your 7, 8-figure clients, if that's what you want, right? Whatever your definition is of elite clients, then I want you guys to shoot me a message. You can stick around here. I'm going to keep talking for a little bit. You can shoot me a message, send me an email. I'll send over all the details. My team will send me over all the details. It'll take a little while. All right. I'm going to shut off for this, so it'll be tomorrow. All right. The location, guys, I've stayed here a couple times, and I'm going to tell you guys, it's literally the most luxurious and the highest rated hotel on the entire strip. All right, and this is really crucial. Okay, the reason why I chose to go there, the reason why I'm shelling out extra money to kind of stay at this luxury location is because immersing yourself into this environment, right? And really putting yourself on the same level and on the same par as other clients who you want to attract is very, very, very critical. So we're going to make sure that by the end of the week, by the end of the 3 days, that you know that you belong there. The first time that you walk into the hotel, I got to tell you, because it's super luxe, it has its own entrance that is completely private, that you need to take. It's a limo only entrance. All right. So you can't even get into this hotel unless you're in a limo. All right. So here's the thing, right? Like limo only entrance, you might feel kind of intimidated at first. And by the end of those 3 days, you're going to be like, bitch, please, I belong here, right? So that is a really big piece of this. We're also going to be super hands-on. So we're going to have things like hot seats where you're going to get one-on-one coaching, some of you, right there with me in the room. And you're going to walk away with literally everything that you need to know. Everyone says, yes, yay. Literally everything that you need to know about filling your business with elite and big players, okay? But here's the thing. I have a really limited number of spots because I'm not doing this in like a convention center or even one of the meeting rooms, right? I'm not doing any of those things. We aren't doing this convention style. We're keeping it really, really tight-knit in the penthouse. And that's super important to me because I want you guys to have this elite luxury experience. So this is a super intimate, super intense mastermind with a ton of attention for everyone. And you're going to get as much in 3 days as my one-on-one clients get in 3 months working together. That's how intense it's going to be. All right. So if you guys want this, if you guys are like, I need this, it's going to sell it quickly. You need to send me a private message, or shoot me an email. It is going to sell really, really fast. And I've already received, I can see it popping up on my screen. I already received 2 messages, guys. So that's how fast this is going to sell it. So I'm going to hang around here if you guys have any other questions. I'll hang around here for a minute or two if you guys pop some in. But if not, then, I'll let you along with your night. I'm sorry that this is a little bit late in the night. I know it's kind of evening time. It's far past work. Although I guess if you're on the West Coast or something, this is probably a good time for you. Usually I like to do this stuff a lot earlier in the day, but my day got away from me. And I was like, I put on like makeup and stuff today. I was like, I need to live stream today and show people that, I don't always look like a hot mess, right? Right? I mean, my hair's still a little bit frizzy, but it's not too bad today. It's not too bad at all. It's looking kind of good, right? So, all right, guys. So if there's no questions, I'm going to wrap this up. But if you do have any questions, you're just a little shy with the live stream thing, feel free to inbox me, send me a message on either my page or my personal. You can send me an email. It's heather@heatherprusansky.com, and I will personally answer any questions that you have about the Vegas Mastermind. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye.